So
Cool.
Nicole, thanks for joining me and having a discussion. So just so people can get a little bit to know a little bit about you and kind of who the character is, who Kristen is. So first, tell me about Nicole, not Kristen. So tell me kind of where you grew up and what that was like.
I was born and raised here in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay.
I love to travel. I've always was passionate about the arts. I love acting. Unfortunately, I couldn't go to the performance art school because my
Yeah.
parents said, no, you're going to do something better with your life. But in my adulthood, I'm like, life
Yeah.
is too short. I
Yeah.
want to follow my dreams, and
Yeah.
you know, I just love traveling and acting pretty much. And I also love music, even though I can't sing a tune. But
That's like me. I really love music. You know, not the best singer. Where where have you traveled, or what's still on your list to go?
oh gosh, everywhere. Actually, I just recently just got a passport, so now
Okay,
I can fly internationally. But I've been
cool.
to California, New Jersey, New
Hmm.
York. I have family from Jersey, New York.
Okay. So, what was your parents' idea of a like a good education or job besides performing arts?
Something sensible and realistic, like, becoming a doctor or a lawyer or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. So, you didn't really do a lot of acting growing up. It was just something that you wanted to do, or
Right. Just because my school didn't have like, a drama club or anything like that.
yeah.
I did like Black Nativity. That was pretty much when I was in high school, my
Hmm.
first big stage
Hmm.
play that I've done, but not a lot when I was younger. Just
Yeah.
I did when I became an adult.
Yeah. So, what is it that you think kind of drew you to that, to performing arts?
Just honestly, just the escapism of
Hmm.
of acting.
Yeah.
I kind of had like a rough childhood, um,
Hmm.
kind of somewhat. So to escape the drama, I would just you know it's Johnny Depp. Something about Johnny Depp, like Johnny
Johnny
Depp
Depp.
yeah, I would try to impersonate like Edward Scissorhands or
Yeah.
Char Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, and it's just roles like that, and it just
Yeah.
makes me like when I try to perform it myself,
Hmm.
it just makes me just escape like my terrible reality into
Mm.
something a little bit better, something kind of magical. I don't know how to explain it, but
Yeah. Nice. Well, who do you think, either in the past or maybe still now, would be an influential person in your life, like for the better?
definitely my sister. My
Okay.
sister is my role model. She's my everything. If it was not for her, I wouldn't be here, honestly. She sacrificed so much for me,
Mm.
and I owe everything to her. So,
Oh, that's sweet. What's her name?
Sierra,
Sierra. Cool.
yeah.
Does she live in this area?
Yes, she's in
Yeah.
Cincinnati.
Okay, good. So you get to see her and
Oh, yes,
often.
definitely. When I
Nice.
travel, I talk to her almost every day on the phone. So,
Yeah. Cool. So tell me a little bit about um, some things that you've worked on, leading up to this. I know, you're just kind of just starting getting into things. So what are some things that you had a chance to, and then what kind of led you to audition for the Hope Actually film?
and I filmed something like a little before the audition for the role of Kristen or for the
Yeah.
movie, and I feel like Teresa was kind of my way in, for trying to secure the role. But
Yeah.
what I did to prepare was I go to audition room 513,
Okay.
and I take classes there, I take workshops there with my coach, Abby Ismina. She is amazing.
Mm,
And she just helped me like prepare for any kind of role. But especially for Kristen,
yeah.
since I told you while we were filming, it feels like, I'm going through a death. Like that's what the worst feels like. But
Yeah.
it was hard for me, and when we were on set, it was kind of hard for me to get out of that like funk, that mood, like because I was really getting depressed.
Kind of tell me what you were thinking going into it, and then as we are shooting.
Well, first off, this filming this movie has been honestly one of the best, if not the best, experience I've had filming. Seriously,
Mm,
I cannot thank you enough. Uh, while we were filming, it was so much fun. I never wanted to stop. Every take, I was like, wait. Every time you would say cut and move on to the next scene, I'm just like, that's it, because I was having so much fun.
yeah.
Um, and I was dreading the part where I had to end it with Jerry,
hmm
Elliot's character. I just I felt so bad, even though me as Nicole, it was Kristen, but
Yeah.
I felt so bad, and then just to prepare myself for, the emotional scenes and like
Yeah.
getting into it, like it wasn't that hard. It was just getting out of it and just coming back as Nicole. That was the hardest part.
Hmm. Me not being an actor myself, I guess I
Mhm.
always thought the harder thing was getting into the character. So I've never heard somebody talk about it being hard to separate back out. I wonder, how can I assume that you're kind of that you're a deep feeler, like you can feel other people's pain?
Yeah, I'm definitely an empath. Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
So when we were shooting that scene with you and Becca, they're in the coffee shop, and of course during that part, um, you're telling her what's going on, and you think it might be over, and she's actually being kind of sympathetic. She's not totally trying to talk you out of it. And I remember in between one of the takes, one of the shots, you were like, I'm just trying to get out of something, or you were saying something, and I thought I misread it because I thought you were saying that as like Nicole, like I'm just trying to clear my head. I had like, and I was like, oh, Nicole had something that happened today, and I want to be sensitive to that. And so I was like, well, wait, are you saying as Nicole or as Kristen you're having a hard time? And you're like, no, 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 as Kristen. I was like, oh, okay. So
and I appreciate that. Like you have been just a class act, and I cannot thank you enough. Like it's been a pleasure and honor working with you. Seriously, I thank you just for making this whole experience fun, and I learned so much. I really
yeah.
cannot thank you enough.
So I liked that you spoke up for your character, even when it was a little bit different than the script. You weren't just like, all right, well, just tell me how you want me to say it, and I'll say it. But like you, so I like that because it was like, oh, we're actually working on this. This is not just I've got something in my head and then I need you to get it out for me. It seemed kind of collaborative, so I appreciated
But
that. Yeah,
oh, you're welcome. I didn't want to seem like a diva either. Like I was kind of scared to
yeah,
say something. Oh, I don't
yeah.
think I'm a diva.
Yeah, I'll try to learning on my end how to foster that with actors on that you can speak up and have a voice as a creative person, not just you're here to deliver lines. So, well, what would be one thing, you know, because I feel like both of us are kind of late bloomers. I didn't grow up as like a creative filmmaker. Well, I wasn't making home movies when I was a kid and things like that. I was kind of like learned to stretch my creative muscles later in life. So for you, especially you alluded, didn't have maybe the best childhood, like, and you didn't have some of the opportunities that maybe you would have liked to have growing up. So what would you say to somebody that would be in a similar position as you?
Just just keep, I know it sounds so cliche, but keep going for your dreams and passions. I mean, for me, life is too short.
Mm,
I had like a near fatal accident last year, and it was just an eye opener for me because when I was in the hospital, I'm just like, what am I doing with my life? I'm at a job that I'm not happy at all, and it's just, why not me?
Hmm.
Why not try to start? It may seem hard and kind of discouraging when you see like, you know, other people, having more success or, more experience, but you have to start somewhere. But,
Yeah.
I tell my nieces and nephew all the time, just find your passion and dreams and follow them to
Hmm.
the fullest extent. I cannot say that enough.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like taking responsibility for the parts that you can with your dream. There's things that you can't
Exactly.
control. You can't control the
Hmm.
outcomes or the success, but you can control, I'm going to get up today, I'm going to work hard, or I'm going to take a risk and start learning and
Hmm.
something new, and then just see where it goes from there. At least you have that, like you said, you're not sitting and wondering, well, maybe I should have done something,
And
that I
what
love.
if, and
Yeah.
yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, life is too short to not be happy. That's just my
Yeah.
whole thing.
There you go. Well, thank you, Nicole. I do think that we are spreading a little bit of hope. And yeah, I just
Yes.
wanted people to get a glimpse of a few of the folks that worked on it leading up to the movie. So I think everybody will be excited to see. And you haven't even seen a rough cut yet. It's everything.
Oh, I'm
You've been in
so
the dark.
I
So
know.
soon, soon. So cool. Well, thank you,
Thank you
Nicole.
so much. Thank you for
Yeah.
having me.